All it takes is white person. All it takes is a white person. All it takes is a white person. And then everything works out. Good afternoon. It's time for another edition of Talking Shit on the commentary, in the commentary room. Calling SSI. Boy, I'll tell you, it's a monster out there. You know, I've lost my voice. I've been on the phone yelling and talking and screaming at the top of my lungs about a lot of stuff with my health and just, you know, when we shall over. You know, Zachary Hammond was killed by the police. He is a white young man. Apparently, he was gunned down because the police say tried to run him over. So the DOJ is going to investigate and look into this and do a civil rights probe and see if any of his civil rights were violated. And this is America. It's going to be very hard to prove that his civil rights were violated, although there is footage, but the black community can assure you that that footage, you know, doesn't amount to much if the cards don't stack up in your favor. I mean, evidence and true testimony, a lot of that doesn't matter. Bob McCulloch in Michael Brown's case said that, you know, people did come and some people showed up. He believed some people. He didn't believe the other ones. He shuffled the cards, and the young man was shot in the face and shot in his buttocks and among other places and was killed. So that's what happened. This little boy's white, though. There may be a breakthrough. I don't know. I hate to bring up race. People say they're racist. I was on the phone with this lady. I said, you know, because of, you know, there's certain laws and communicative ways that we should be behaving. Well, we just found out that the Department of Motor Vehicles had to terminate 3 employees for issuing false truck driver's licenses and taking bribes from the truck driver school. They've been indicted. And you talk to some people on the phone in a professional manner, and they treat you as though you're an idiot. They talk to you as though you're a fool. Some companies would just rather have you robot your way through your needs when you call in. People believe that if they're on the phone, the collection agencies, the government agencies, that all things are honest and sacred. And I'd like to say that people who work on the phones and have professional phone stuff are just as human as the people who are calling in. And these people aren't coming from, their mouths aren't a prayer book, you know. And there's a sort of misstep, like if you're someone that works with the phone and you're on the phone, you're professional and you're honest, and you're not over there bullshitting and putting people on hold and being real cold. And it's terrible. I had to tell a woman this morning, look, you know, this call has escalated to the point of you being here, and you're a supervisor. I've been on the phone for 2.5 hours, you know, and it's like, I just feel that we have a really raw, ignorant approach to one another sometimes when it comes to being brothers and sisters all the time. There's this sort of inhumane blame wheel that we all take a turn on, and it's not helpful. And, you know, Donald Trump is a big fat lump in the throat of a lot of GOP members. They're nervous. This guy's getting a lot of momentum, but Nate Silver, whose knowledge and wisdom and expertise is like gold, said that this is old stuff and that it's too early to be announcing Donald Trump as king. When the smear comes and they start vetting and looking into this motherfucker, Donald Trump, you think Mitt Romney was a sort of a crawling, you know, caterpillar when it comes to being unethical and getting that money. You know, it's sad that it sort of reminds me of some of these countries where the richest person in the country runs the country. And that's just not the case here. Donald Trump, I was looking at some of the earnings, and Bill Gates and Rupert Murdoch and a lot of these other guys, Warren Buffett, they got a lot of money. So I don't know. I don't think it's that. I just think that it's sad that, you know, I was looking at the whole Trump family and some of the pictures they're showing on Entertainment Tonight, where you take a look back at Donald Trump and what we know about him as a nation. And the bottom line is, I don't think he's going to win. The GOP is dumb enough to put him up. See, the GOP just wants the White House. So once a certain time period goes and his polling doesn't drop, they will go ahead and put all their money in the pot for Donald Trump. I mean, if they invested in Sarah Palin and fucking the Maverick, you know, John McCain, and then they put all this money into shit Romney and the guy that ran with him, I forgot his name already, the guy who was holding up tax money and stuff, then you can imagine how they're just going to pour it all in for Donald Trump. My only concern is that he picked Dennis Rodman as his running mate. Of course, he would have the pleasure of having two vice presidential candidates on that ticket. Dennis Rodman is a woman and a man. He's a trans pretender. He's not transgender. He's a trans pretender. Sometimes he a woman, sometimes he a man. There's new pictures of Dennis Rodman on. I don't know. I have to laugh to keep from crying and dying sometimes. This world, you know, and the way that we treat the youth, and the way that we abuse the women, and the way that Fox News sends out the picture of the blacks, and the lady, one of the ladies I was talking to in this personal matter of yelling and screaming and losing my mind this morning, she accused me of being a racist because I said, "Where do you think we are, El Salvador?" You know, and I could have said that about Ukraine because I have a friend in Ukraine. And the laws and everything is horrible. I have friends all over the world, Brazil, you know. So I said El Salvador, and she immediately assumed that I was condemning her for her Hispanic background. And I was just talking about the corrosiveness of the way government and or policy carriers sound over the phone. And I wasn't trying to make reference to necessarily her Hispanic descent. I mean, you look all over the world, and in fact, this broadcast is going out all over the world. We can go on YouTube and see. We're all over the world. We're in Saudi Arabia. We're in Indonesia. We have some viewers in China. Saying hello to our friends in Philippines. Subscribe now. Subscribe. 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 Please subscribe to our channel. Click the little subscribe button and be a part of all the updates and everything that we get as we continue to call people like Fox News out on their shit. In fact, by way of really spiritually, you know, connecting with you all, we here try to end every episode, if I can remember. If somebody doesn't have to wave and remind me, and usually they don't have to because I'm in the spirit of it when I say fuck Fox News.